Hi there, James from a lot of things, but for this one it's chronic fatigue syndrome, my friend, my enemy, my constant companion. I don't view chronic fatigue syndrome as some sort of like evil entity that's ruined my life. It's just something I have to deal with, that I experience in my life. You know, it's not a sentient entity. If it is a sentient entity, I'm going to find it and I'll give it more than a look. So, like, a lot of people like to get aggressive with the, you know, chronic fatigue syndrome is ruining my life and it's this evil thing. It's something that you're experiencing. You're using up more energy, getting upset about it, than doing something productive. Okay, it's all right to be upset. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to vent, but after a certain point, it's just that's the fire you're feeding. Like, what fire do you want to feed? Do you want to feed the fire of rah 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 rah, or do you want to feed the fire of, all right, I've voiced my unhappiness. Now I'm going to get on and do something else. So yeah, I'm down at the park and going off that, you know, fire feed. There's the really big thing, like, people get lost in no one knows what it, hang on. So if you've got chronic fatigue syndrome, like, oh, no one knows what it feels like. And you're right, no one does. Even someone else with chronic fatigue syndrome doesn't know how you experience chronic fatigue syndrome. So the thing that, if you don't have chronic fatigue syndrome, the thing that you don't want to say is, oh, I know how you feel. You're like, I get tired, I know how you feel. Or, oh, I sometimes get a headache, I know what you feel like. That kind of thing. Like, it's just not something you should say to someone. I do have chronic fatigue syndrome and fibromyalgia syndrome. So my range of challenges to deal with varies quite a lot. Now, what it enables me is to have a level of empathy towards other people, in the sense of, so if someone's in pain, I'm like, well, I know what pain feels like, so I can empathize with you there, but I don't know how you're feeling the pain, because you're not me. If you're really tired, I know what tired feels like. So I can empathize because I know what the feelings are like, but I can't say, oh, I know what you feel like. Okay? If I ever say, oh, I know what you feel like, there's only very few circumstances where I'll ever say that, and usually by then the person knows, if I've said that to them, like, I've gone through a similar experience. And they know that, and I'm sharing that. They know my character first. I'm not trying to one-up them or like, oh yeah, I too feel, I know what you feel like, I get headaches. I'm just doing it to share that, hey, you're not on your own, I've been there. So yeah, what fires do you feed? And, you know, don't be so quick to say, oh, I know what you feel like. So to another person with CFS, and they're going like, oh, you know, I just can't get out of bed, and people just don't understand that. Like, I know what that feels like. Okay, I've had that experience multiple times, and many uncountable times for me. So I know what that feels like. You know, like, oh, I was in so much pain. I would have screamed, but I couldn't draw breath. Like, well, I know what, like, I've had a similar experience, like a similar sounding experience. I know what that sounds like. So thank you very much. It's starting to rain. Feel free to leave a comment, share, like, and subscribe. And thank you very much for letting me share with you day 16, I think it is.